Right, we're going to take a few minutes and just make sure we're live. Yep, we are live. Let's see. I'm going to share to a couple of pages while we wait for anyone else to jump on tonight. And we're going to share it to Caribbean American Diaspora. We have quite a few pages. Women of Culture, Inc. And share it to Caribbean Rhythms Radio Network. All right. So we're looking good. Everything looks clear. And we'll go ahead and get started and just see who jumps on. Every week, sometimes we'll have different guests. Um, I haven't heard back yet from Lois with Caribbean Rhythms Radio Network, so I'm not sure if he's coming on. Dr. Arlene is running behind, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We know how it is in the middle of the week. This time, people can be, back and forth trying to make it from work to home, stuck in traffic, etc. So we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, everyone, thank you. Thank you for joining us. My name is Donna Morton. I am the president of Caribbean American Diaspora Alliance, president of Women of Culture, Inc., where we support women, children, and families affected by homelessness, incarceration, and trauma. We do support women and families through various NGOs and basic level schools in the Caribbean, such as Jamaica, Haiti, also in Africa, Ghana, Uganda, Tanzania, Zambia, and of course, we are based here in the Orlando area. I'm also a real estate broker, mindset coach, and just a love of life, love for community. At Caribbean American Diaspora, our goal is to celebrate life, community, and culture together. And we're going to be here for a time and then we're going to be gone. So what do we do in the meantime? We just celebrate, right? We celebrate life together, community. We must celebrate community. We must give back and be an impact. And we definitely celebrate our culture, right? And speaking of culture, tonight is Haitian, this month is Haitian Heritage Month. And we always love to celebrate our professionals, our trailblazers in the community. And tonight we've got two amazing queens that we're going to hear from, and we're going to hear about their journeys, where they're from, what led them into their fields, and just the impact. Who impacted them? Where did they get the idea from of like, wow, I want to go into this field and that field. All right. And especially coming from another country or being the heritage of another country, sometimes there's extra layers of blocks, but I love it how we overcome the layers and we move our mountains, getting into my mindset, motivation. We move our mountains and we a lot of times will have incredible support system behind us that just push and encourage. We really will push you. What are you going to do with your life? You got to do something with your life, right? And so I give thanks for the Caribbean culture, for instilling that just extra topping of go-getterness. Because usually when we come here, there's someone else that we also have to look back to help. There's family, community, somebody that we're sending barrels for, somebody that we're helping. If it's not personal, it's through community outreach. So it's usually not for just for us. The work is also for family back home, etc. All right, so tonight we are going to hear from two, again, beautiful queens, empresses, really, representing the Haitian culture. And our first guest, who actually was here last week, Stephanie
Mhm.
Jacques, who's a licensed mental health counselor. So now tonight we get to really slow it down and we get to hear who these women are, their motivation, their inspiration, and what led them to their fields and where they are now. And they're just getting
Mhm.
started with a beautiful life. So welcome, welcome, ladies. Stephanie,
Thank
we'll
you.
hear from you first.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for that amazing introduction. My name is Stephanie Jacques. Um, I am a licensed mental health counselor, and I'm also a qualified supervisor um, to help raise other professionals in the mental health field. I came to the United States when I was about 7 years old with my parents and my sister from Haiti. So as every Caribbean culture, either you grow up in Brooklyn, New York, or Miami. We landed in Brooklyn, and then my parents decided to come here to Florida, where they had opportunities at Disney World. Yeah.
Mhm.
um, I'm so fortunate and grateful to have parents who really instilled education upon us. Growing up, they didn't have the opportunities to go to school, especially my mom. She had to stay back because she was the oldest. So she had to take care of her siblings and her household. I believe my dad got some education, but not a lot. So for them, education was a big deal for us. I mean, they literally pushed that into our minds, like education, education, because for them coming into the United States, this was an opportunity of a lifetime, and the fact that they were able to bring us with them, which a lot of folks, they come here first, and then a couple years later, they file for their children. So we had the opportunity to come with our parents. So even at a young age, education was very important to us. And I remember trying to figure out what do I want to do with my life, and in the Caribbean culture, it's either a nurse, a
Mhm.
lawyer, but then
Mhm.
I landed upon this world called mental health. And I was very intrigued by it. I was like,
Mhm.
because in my mind, those who went to see counseling or had therapists was only for the privilege. You had to have money. It was not a field that people brown like me or Haitian culture, Caribbean culture was ever introduced to, because when you hear mental illness or mental health in our Caribbean culture, you hear uh, people going mad or crazy or all these things. And I remember sitting in a session with the school that I went to. It's Troy. I went to Troy University out in Alabama. And I remember hearing about this mental health and therapy and counseling. And I was like, wow, okay. Even though in the room there was nobody that looked like me, but I was like, you know what? This is a challenge. And I absolutely loved it. It's when during my master's program, which is about 13, 14 years ago, that I realized who I am and what I wanted to dedicate to the world. I wanted individuals who look like me, who came from different backgrounds, to be able to have the opportunity to sit down with someone and kind of process some of the things that they've been going through in their lives that they're not allowed to talk to. They're not allowed to bring up. Um, and that's what kind of started my adventure in the mental health field. And then from there, I decided to go into substance abuse, which is a field that it's very challenging, but it's also rewarding. I got to see those who were struggling to do basic things, homeless, families ruined to where now they're able to get jobs and be part of society. And I did that for a couple of years working in substance abuse. I also did crisis intervention where individuals who may be off for their medication, schizophrenia, bipolar, who may be going through suicide ideations. I work with them to kind of help them navigate through resources and get the help that they needed. Um, and then I decided to shift 2 years ago into critical care. So I work in an ICU setting at this moment. I work with individuals, patients, and families who are facing some of the most challenging moments of their lives. Uncertainty, trauma, fear, anger, where I work on a cardiac floor. So most of our patients either had a cardiac arrest, they're awaiting transplant, they're on life support. So I normalize a lot of conversations with them. We talk about what does quality of life look like, and if we are approaching end of life, we talk about that and how to honor that individual, their person. We talk a lot about a medical crisis and processing uncertainties. And maybe today they got some news that the the medical condition that their loved one is dealing with has progressed, so we process a lot of those things. And what actually got me into that is 4 years ago, um, the other person who loves me more than God, my mom, passed away from a cardiac arrest.
Oh,
And I remember um, at that moment being around people who actually cared and embraced me and my sisters, and they were chaplains, and they were the most kindest people in the world. They made such a dark moment for us. With They brought a little bit of light into our
mm,
lives, and I remember that feeling 4 years ago. So 2 years ago, the opportunity came for me to work in a critical care setting, and even though I was very hesitant because I was still processing my grief, still till
right,
this day,
right.
I decided to go forth. It was as if like God was calling me into this position, and it has been the most rewarding position I've ever been in throughout my whole career, to walk alongside people who are struggling, and to give them a little bit of light. So that is that
Wow.
that is my journey.
That's so
Nothing
incredible.
elaborating, but that's my journey. Yeah.
That's so
Thank
incredible
you
and
for letting me
how
share that.
you're welcome and how with the passing of your mom,
Mhm.
how you then turned that inspired you. I had mentioned, what inspired you earlier, not even
Mhm.
knowing that story and of where you are right now, this chapter. And it's so beautiful when we can help people.
Absolutely, absolutely. And one thing I love about this position that I did not know that it was also helping to heal my grief as well. So while I'm there with others in hard spaces and hard conversation, that also was has been healing for me as well. So it's been an absolute pleasure, to be with the patients and in our families. A lot of people, when I tell them, I work in IC, they're like, oh my God, that must be really hard. And I'm like, it is. But inside, I know that it also has been healing for me too.
Yes. My daughter works in a critical care, but she was in I think oncology, but now she's in with children, but
Mm,
same critical care space. And I think it makes you kind of look at life a little bit different because
absolutely.
so much can happen in the twinkle of an eye like that. And
Mhm.
so we get to appreciate, life a little bit. Because we do get
Yes.
kind of comfortable as human beings that,
Mhm.
oh, well, yeah, tomorrow is promise. And no, it's
Mhm.
not promise,
Mhm.
you
It's
know.
not.
Yeah. And that's why I feel like our motto is celebrating life, community, and
Mhm.
culture because being there for you in the good times and the bad times, right?
Absolutely.
And so and we've been here since COVID started.
Mm.
We started the nonprofit like 2020 January, and then March everything was shut down. So we started doing this virtual platform since then, and it's just been amazing. It's broadened really because now we
Mhm.
have people from all over the world that can call in and be with us, and we
Yeah.
get to celebrate them and recognize them. And we love to use this platform to, it's not just Caribbean, but our majority is Caribbean
Mhm.
diaspora professionals. So we are thankful and grateful, and we love hearing your stories and your journeys and your accomplishments and turning your pain into purpose.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yes, we love it. We love it. We love it. I think Dr. Arlene just joined us. So now we're going to hear from Natalie. So thank you, Stephanie. Please hang on if you can
Yes.
for a few more minutes, and we're going to hear from Natalie. Hello, Dr. Arlene.
Hello, Sister Donna. Hi, everyone.
Yeah. I know you were probably driving get through traffic.
I'm here. Praise God.
Yes. Yes, you just missed Stephanie's amazing journey and how she's in she's in she's in mental health, but in the ICU.
Okay.
That's a kind of a different twist, right? So,
Hmm.
yeah. So beautiful story, beautiful story. Now we're gonna hear from Natalie, our second Haitian heritage trailblazer. Welcome, Natalie.
Hey, I'm Natalie. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for the opportunity to be here. So, I was born in Evanston, Illinois, and my family is Haitian. We grew up in the cold. We grew up in a real close, tight-knit community. Back then, our aunties and grandmas were a big part of our family. And, my parents did instill the importance of education and working hard and going the extra mile to achieve your goals. I think the person who really inspired me to medicine was my grandmother because she always knew the right concoctions with herbs and different things to cure a cough just like that. And you'd sleep the whole night. And we would frequent the garage sales on the weekends and we'd buy like medicine books and she'd sit down and talk to me about it. And I think that inspired me just how savvy she was in treating and healing the body. So I've been a PA for 17 years. My primary experience has been in emergency medicine. In the last 8 years, I've gotten into some leadership roles. My last role was as the director of telemedicine for a large urgent care group in South Carolina. And I also oversaw a primary care platform. So we were doing our best to expand care to reach people in the best way possible. And just, I think COVID taught us a lot about bridging the gap between people receiving care and the different ways that people could receive care. I feel that our people, Haitian Americans and Haitian populations, it's so important to treat them. In the ER, I saw many patients who were Haitian, and the way they present, it's very different from what a lay person may understand how we describe or how we explain our ailments and our pain. So being able to speak Creole to the Haitian patients and understand like, okay, she's saying she's having hip pain, but she's really having chest pain. Or if she's having pain in her back, it's really her lungs. And just being able to understand that and translate that into receiving care for them, it was amazing. West Palm Beach, we had a real big Haitian population there and in Orlando too. And then we also had a lot of Caribbean physicians that I got to work side by side with who were very knowledgeable, who also did mission trips. So their knowledge really translated into molding me as a PA. Dr. Christopher Scott, he's Jamaican, and Dr. Carlton Hamilton, and a few of the doctors that I worked with really were knowledgeable in helping foster my growth as a PA. So
Dr. Scott has
Um,
been on several times to teach about prostate.
yes, yes. He's my mentor. He'll push us. He like in the ER, he'll push us to learn more, do more. So you have to be a trailblazer. So he also is a really great mentor in the ER and a great leader too. Just his example was really
Mhm.
key in my growth as a leader. And as of lately, I've been expanding my wellness platform and trying to bring more education and information to the population so that we have a better understanding of our care. I think we are complacent a lot with just receiving the prescription and not really understanding what's going on with our bodies. And I think bridging that gap by sharing my knowledge is so important. So Be Kind Wellness, I launched that a few months ago and I'm hoping to expand it. So you'll see some of my reels and just for us to take better care of ourselves and wholeness as a whole.
I love it. And
Mhm.
and be kind wellness.
Yeah, it might be.
I love it.
And the bee has a little princess crown too.
Yeah.
And a stethoscope. I love it. Look at that. So your heritage is Haitian and was it Cuba?
Yes, my dad's mom and grandmother were born in Cuba. So, of course, they relocated to Haiti.
Hmm.
So, the culture is very similar. And I don't know too much about my dad's side of grandma's side because she passed before we were born, but I still hold true to her heritage too. I think it makes us who we are.
Yes. And so I'm wondering if the type of food that you cook, see, is it a mixture with the Cuban influence and Haitian influence or
I do my best. I have to call mom a lot and aunties for guidance. So I'm not the best in the kitchen, but I do my best.
but imagine the spice, the hint of spice and the extra cilantro and all of that. I love it. Wow.
Hmm. Yeah.
What inspired you for your venturing out for Be Kind Wellness?
I feel that a lot of us aren't knowledgeable, like I said, about our health. We come into the ER, a lot of the patients would come into the ER in critical condition in either kidney failure or blood pressure through the roof or not really understanding about their bodies. I think COVID brought light to that because we lost a few family members during that time because they were so scared to go in to get help. And a lot of us put everything else in front of our care, like kids, school, appointments, everything else comes before actually taking care of the body. And I think that became very important to me when I saw my cousin who was young, who passed during the COVID time. He was diabetic and his blood sugar was out of control and just it tanked and went the wrong way for his health. And I think that impacted me a lot and a lot of my family members too. And I feel that being more knowledgeable about where your numbers are, being real about where your numbers are, and really getting honest about the things to transform in order to get better health. Like we eat rice every day of the week, every color rice, red beans and rice, yellow rice, black beans and rice. And a lot of people don't understand that that translates into sugar and understanding your portion sizes. And yeah, because grandma can give you a nice plate, but
Yeah.
understanding portion sizes and activity and exercise. Because in Haiti, a lot of our family members would walk, even though they ate, or their meal at dinner time was light or porridge instead of a full rice, beans. But when they
Mhm.
came over to the US, it's so different. You got work now 9 to 5, and then you get home, and then you're eating the rice, the beans, or the fish, and the chicken, or stew chicken, whatever the case may be. But rice was the staple.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. If you didn't have rice, they're looking at you like, yeah.
yes.
Wow. And yes, we were walking a lot. We walked. That was the whole thing. Nobody was driving real very little, but it was miles.
Yes.
Even from school age, it was walking and carrying things and Yeah, so we've gotten quite comfortable. We came here and became comfortable in life and lifestyle, and then we started adding on the extra things, the processed foods, and so forth. And yeah. And
Yeah,
so it,
the food is natural in the Caribbean. I mean, their animals are natural, the vegetables, the plants. My grandfather was a farmer, so I got to spend a summer with him, and we saw the natural way that they ate, and it's much different than what we do
yes,
now.
our fruits, we were able to just go and get fruits and off the trees and things like that. It was a different life. And I think now we're all like, oh my God, what, what did we do? But because now we're looking, I'm like, you have to pay almost $2 for a mango. I used to like climb mango trees and just sit there and pile them. So it's all those things, and we're realizing that the pomegranates, all these antioxidant fruits and stuff was natural for us. So yeah, it's definitely a culture shock, and we embrace, and we come here for better opportunities and so forth. So I guess there's sacrifices and everything. But
Yeah.
I love hearing your story. I know someone just had to drop off. She did say um, that they had to go. I'm not sure. We didn't get to speak to them. But Dr. Arlene, how are you?
I'm doing very well, and I'm so happy to be here whenever you bring on these phenomenal women, or well, they're phenomenal women, just hearing their stories and experiences and how their values and how they want to impact our world with goodness,
Yes.
knowledge, education, and so that we can be better Christians and stewards. We are God's,
Yes.
vessels, and He pours in goodness, and we need to do it for ourselves. He
Mhm.
wants us to be the best. And yes, as you were talking about going to the mango tree and picking the fruits or different
Mhm.
fruits and just eating, all kind of taste starts. I'm salivating and thinking of all that goodness. But thank you so much, Natalie. Stephanie, I didn't hear your story, but I identify a little bit with both of you. Since I graduated as a nurse, 23, and I went into mental health. And even though I didn't stay there, I always do mental health on the side. So it's very important to me, and it guards my life. It's my boundaries that keeps me strong and healthy, and I use that as my platform to teach others to, you know, live in that sphere where you are healthy. And I like that. Be kind. Natalie, it's just beautiful because a lot of us, and including me, it was just recently that Donna had on one of our judges who have spoken many times before, and that was one of the platforms she stand on the last time she was here, telling us to be kind to ourselves. We give so much and much and much, and we don't take time to give to ourselves. We want to pour into everybody else, but
Mhm.
not to ourselves. And I'm glad you said something, and bridging the gap, how COVID has helped us to meet the needs of individuals. And it is huge. So thank you so much. I talk too
Um,
much.
No, I think too, when you get on the airplane, and I just talked about this at a group talk, the airline hostess says, "Hey, put the oxygen mask on for yourself first." And I think a lot of us fail to do that for ourselves, or let people know where your limits are, or set boundaries. I think that's so important for us, especially as Caribbean women. We see our mothers, our aunties, they go tirelessly all day, work, laundry, and then do it all again the next day with little reprieve. So putting the oxygen mask on, and I'm learning to do that more.
Yeah.
So
Love it.
I, I love it. And Dr. Arlene, you missed Stephanie's. We were asking Stephanie what's that on her uh, profile picture, on her picture. So Stephanie, can you tell us what that
Yes,
means to you?
there's something behind Stephanie.
Yes, it says all the places you'll go. And I use that because I teach undergrad at a couple of schools. And usually my first week of school, this is the picture that I put up, all the places you go, because it's not only in the educational realm, but in life as well, and how it's limitless, and there's so much to explore, so many places to go, so many avenues to reach. So I absolutely love this Dr. Seuss cover. Um, I love it. I love it.
So, so Donna, can I just hear a little bit more about all the places that you will go? Because as a college professor, I talked a little bit about that, in
Mhm.
mentoring students, but
Mhm.
I just want to get a little more.
Sure, sure, yeah. So about a year and a half ago, I started my PhD program.
Yeah.
Reluctantly,
Mhm.
very reluctantly, because I told myself, why do you need this? But then I'm like, you know what? Yes, we do. In order to serve the community, in
Yes.
order to go other places, all the places that I will go, I need
Mhm.
to open up some doors. And I know that the PhD will allow that to happen. So that's one of the places I'm going. And even though I do one class at a time, and it's been a struggle for me because it's been 13 years since I've been in school. So it's been a very culture shock for me. So as much as I put this on our first course week, I'm taking my own advice, and going step by step. I'm also trying to go to places where uh, that more about public speaking, because growing up, I've always been very shy. I've learned that that is my temperament. So one of the things that I'm trying to get out of is more public speaking and getting out of that shyness. So it's very interesting because now that I'm approaching 40, all these things are happening, and I'm like, wow, all the places I'm going now. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to step into all these places gracefully in my life.
Donna, can I say something? It's a divine appointment why I'm here. So our church organization is having this 40 days of prayer, and I have to give a testimony this coming Thursday. And so as I hear about all the places you will go, a year ago, I said, Lord, I'm just tired of what I'm doing. I need to step out, but deep inside, I'm very fearful. And as I'm going to bar that, all the places that you will go. So as soon as I said, Lord, I am ready. Before the week was over, there was a call from my brother in London. I need you to do some training. I'm like, oh my God, in the name of Jesus. And then my son called from New York, Mommy, we need you. We have two churches, and I need you to train the elders. I need you to train the women in women's ministries. And the calls just keep on coming in. So when you are ready to step out and God knows your heart, oh,
Mhm.
the doors will open up and floodgates will happen. And
Mhm.
that's what I want. I just want, it's not a bragging. It's just to tell people that if you if your thoughts are in alignment with God, and when
Mhm.
he sees that you are ready, he will open the door. So
Yeah.
thank you. All the places that you will go. I never know that I would be traveling to Europe and teaching and mentoring people. But because I
Wow.
told the Lord that I was ready,
Yeah.
thank
Yeah.
you. All
Yes.
the places, Donna.
Yeah,
Prophet
I love
Donna.
it because I'm always daydreaming, right? And that's where it begins. It begins in the mind.
Yes.
Yes.
And so even you placing that all the places you'll go,
I love it.
even as children, just that little seed, you know, and Natalie spoke about how was it your grandmother that planted seeds and that's why she became in her field right now.
Yeah.
So the seeds that we plant in our minds, in our thoughts on a daily basis, do not underestimate them. And it's such a blessing to see how you all are being light. You're
Yes.
all being a light
You see
on
that?
God's beautiful earth. You're just a light over here, a light over there, a light over there. And that's what we're supposed to be. And in a world that's filled, when I say in a world that's filled with so much dark, it's a
Mhm.
blessing when we see light.
Mhm.
You're using your talent, you're using your day, you're using your mind, your heart, and your soul. You've chosen to be light. I call it light workers. So I consider myself to be a light worker. So, and that's when you just doing what you're doing. You're representing love.
Yeah.
And that's the
Absolutely.
biggest deal for God, the creator, universe, etc., is love. And when you walk and you use your experience and your talents and your wisdom in the ways that you ladies are doing, God bless you.
Thank
God
you.
bless you. God bless you. God bless your families that saw the vision, saw the light even when you didn't see it, right? And
Mhm.
pushed you and encouraged you, nudged you. You know how Caribbean people give a little nudge. You give a little nudge
Mhm.
to those young people that we see. That one have something special, Just keep pushing or keep pushing.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we're thankful that you all were able to come on and share your journeys with us. And we
Thank you.
celebrate you as Haitian Heritage Trailblazers. We love you. We love what you're doing. May God continue to guide and bless you. May you bless your past, your present, your future. Bless your families, your friends, your faith, your finance, your fitness, your
Mhm.
funding,
Yeah.
Yes.
everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, Dr. Arlene, I'll let you close us out.
Thank you so much. Donna called it, what did you say, light?
Light workers.
Okay, and I call you light bearers. Thank you for shining so brightly for such a time as this. And I can see God just is smiling on you, and He said, you have not seen yet where I'm going to take you. So
Mm.
thank you for not standing in the dark, but I know it was no easy push to get where you are today. And thank you for being a blessing to our healthcare community. When I go out there and see bright, intelligent people who want to do much for our population, my heart sings.
Yes.
So my
Yeah.
heart is singing over you, and God is rejoicing over you because you're doing what He has called you to do. So thank you for your hard and dedicated work. I am so glad to be a part with Donna and to come on the scene. I could have missed this, and you don't know. I'm taking away pearls and wisdom, and I'm going away rejoicing too. So you are
Yes.
blessed me tremendously. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we want to also just be kind.
Yes.
That's such a important because we sometimes are not kind to ourselves,
Mhm.
Donna,
right?
I wasn't. I was not. As I saw Natalie and I saw her PA, a dear friend of mine rescued me this year and said, "You're doing too much. Cut it
Mm.
out." And every day I have to say what are you doing for yourself today? So you brought a
Mhm.
smile to my heart because it's another friend, PA, who came, and I said, the Lord sent you. He thought you came for another reason. You came for me. So thank you, Donna. We need to be
Yes.
kind to ourselves.
Yes.
And that's my New Year gift to me.
Yes.
Mm.
Say kind things to yourself throughout the day. I'm always talking about that silent, that chatter that we have with ourselves. We're showering, we're cleaning, we're driving, we're walking. There's that voice, and it's us communicating and begin to listen to it and see what it is. Are you saying kind things or are you saying belittling things? Because it matters. So
Yeah.
be kind to yourself and all the places you will go.
So With my suitcase, I'm coming.
Yes. All right, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
God
Thank
bless
you.
you
Thank
all.
you. Yes.
Until
Yes.
next time.
Yes. Thank you so much. Bye-bye,
Thank you.
everyone. My
Bye-bye.
beautiful Donna. Thank you again. Thank you, ladies, and success in
Yes.
your doctoral studies.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night, everyone.
Yes,
You
have a good
too.
night. Thank you. God bless.